On July 19, 2025, the Florida Highway Patrol was alerted by the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office of a dangerous pursuit in progress. The suspect was driving an off-road vehicle and had already struck a Pinecrest police officer, leaving them injured. Several troopers in the area responded to assist in the pursuit.
We're still continuing southbound. There's going to be light traffic. 23 for a cross street.
For southbound, come light traffic. 380, verifying you read the signal 43 Papa. Westbound, 116 from 48.
As soon as they joined the pursuit, one of the troopers took over as the primary unit and executed a flawless pit maneuver. The impact sent the off-road vehicle into a violent spin, bringing the reckless chase to an abrupt and undeniable end. The driver, later identified as Adolfo Dennis Jr., was swiftly taken into custody and faced a long list of charges for his reckless and violent actions. Thanks to the Florida Highway Patrol's precision and dominance, a dangerous criminal was taken off the streets, once again proving why FHP troopers are some of the toughest and most effective law enforcement officers in the nation. On April 13, 2021, Trooper Edwards spotted a maroon Ford F-150 weaving recklessly across lanes on Interstate 16, nearly striking multiple vehicles. The pickup accelerated onto I-75 North, darting through traffic, making unsafe lane changes, and even attempting to pass a tractor-trailer on the right. The driver refused to stop at every opportunity, forcing Edwards to initiate a full high-speed pursuit to prevent anyone else from being injured.
882. We'll show me 10-8 on your cab. I'll be 1038. West, about the 116 west, about the 1. It's going to be a red Ford F-150. Georgia Robert Queen Lincoln 5910, RQL 5910.
As the chase continued, the pickup maintained excessive speeds while evading patrol units, leaving little room for a safe box-in maneuver or stop sticks. The troopers coordinated over radio, positioning themselves for a tactical intervention to halt the stolen vehicle before innocent motorists could be endangered. Trooper Edwards executed a pit on the stolen Ford F-150, sending it spinning off the east shoulder of I-75 North and coming to a complete stop, while briefly losing control of his patrol vehicle in the median. The truck was unoccupied, later identified as belonging to Richard Wilson Sellers, and investigation revealed it had been stolen overnight by 16-year-old Javed Ahmadi, who had fled from a nearby group home. Multiple agencies, including Toombs County Sheriff's Office and Bibb County K-9 units, assisted in securing the scene and tracking the juvenile suspect. On August 8, 2025, Trooper Billy Puckett was patrolling I-55 southbound when he spotted a green Honda Accord. The driver wasn't wearing a seatbelt, the tag was expired, and as soon as Puckett lit him up, the suspect hit the gas. What should have been a traffic stop instantly escalated into a high-speed pursuit.
D27 Florida City, 1024.
D27.
It's a green Honda Accord, Tennessee, Boy Robert Williams, 7933. Boy Robert Williams, 7933. Trying to get him to stop at the 2-mile mark.
Southbound.
10-4. 1037.
1023 in that direction.
TVI.
The Accord weaved across lanes at 75 miles per hour, even cutting in front of Trooper Puckett to block him. Knowing the chase had to end, Puckett lined up for a pit and slammed the car into the concrete barrier. Even after the impact, the suspect tried to limp away, but Puckett rammed him again, forcing a final stop and taking Romello Ware into custody at gunpoint. On August 9, 2025, Trooper Ethan Highland was on night patrol when he spotted a white sedan with expired registration tags. He initiated a traffic stop, and at first, the driver appeared to comply, only to suddenly take off. In an instant, Trooper Highland was in pursuit, chasing down a suspect who had no intention of stopping quietly.
Dana 263 out of 36, 1037, South Spring, Westwood. Okay. And aerials are, we're going eastbound, 4th Street. Currently got 60. What do you see?
Trooper Highland closed in and executed a decisive pit maneuver, sending the suspect's sedan flipping violently off the roadway. As the wreck came to rest, the occupants scrambled to get out, but the driver's run ended there. Highland quickly moved in, placed him under arrest, and took him into custody without further incident. On August 18, 2025, Oklahoma City Police tried pulling over a driver who refused to signal his turns. Instead of stopping, 62-year-old Donald Ray blew through a stop sign and tore off into the night, hitting 65 miles per hour down tight residential streets. Officers wasted no time turning this into a pursuit.
Near along West Street.
TBI. Okay, he's taking back off. Try to TBI, we're westbound on 23rd Street. He's driving down the side of the road now. We're gonna go back into the neighborhood. Southbound, North Carolina. Picking up speed, still in traffic. Westbound.
Charger.
Charger right now, westbound, coming up to Highland. He's gonna go 3.
Air 1.
Westbound on 1st Street, coming up to Market. And the stop sign is about 40. Still westbound. Go back westbound.
Ray drove like a menace, hitting 65 miles per hour in tight neighborhoods, blowing through yards, clipping sidewalks, and even crashing into a parked car after the first pit. Despite the damage, he refused to give up and kept pushing forward.
One male, white male, short. Still no traffic, coming up to 23rd again. Speed about 60. Braking at 23rd. It's going to go straight.
2 days left.
Another TBI.
Police finally ended it with another pit maneuver that sent Ray slamming into a fence behind a local credit union. Officers quickly surrounded the car, found meth in his pocket, and arrested him on a long list of charges, putting an end to his reckless ride. On October 14, 2021, Atlanta police put out a lookout for a murder suspect driving the victim's stolen black Nissan Altima. That suspect was soon spotted by Trooper Bullock, who confirmed the tag and moved in with backup from Sergeant Scott Tarpley. When Bullock lit him up, the driver refused to stop. The pursuit was on. Trooper Bullock made the call. Stop sticks were too dangerous, boxing in wasn't possible, and letting him run wasn't an option. He lined up for a pit maneuver and struck the Altima with precision. The car spun out, smashed a curb, and was finally disabled. The suspect, Nigel Andrews, jumped out and ran, but Troopers Bullock and Brown were right on him. Andrews sprinted into traffic, refusing commands, until Trooper Brown dropped him with a taser. Bullock moved in, cuffed him, and the fugitive was finished. Thanks to their quick and decisive action, a dangerous killer was taken off the streets that night. On August 16, 2025, Trooper Kevon Medley observed a white Nissan Altima with items hanging from the rearview mirror that obstructed the windshield. After checking ACIC, he confirmed the vehicle had no active insurance. When the driver finally stopped at Franklin and Wolf, Medley detected the odor of marijuana and asked about it, but the driver rolled up his window and refused to answer. Shortly after, the driver bolted, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
Pursuit vehicle took off 1037.
Where are you going? Tell us where you're going.
taking it. Left on Franklin.
East on Broadway, turning back on Gorman. We're heading back towards Division. Adam Henry John, 92 Charles.
Going east of Broadway. North on Division.
TBI.
The suspect weaved recklessly through city streets, making abrupt turns, swerving around a Forest City PD officer, and accelerating to around 60 miles per hour. Despite a first successful pit by Corporal West at Division and Gum, the driver regained control and continued fleeing, running multiple intersections at dangerous speeds. Medley and West had to maneuver precisely to keep up, as the driver made abrupt left and right turns, trying every trick to escape.
Again, he's still going.
Second TBI.
As the pursuit continued, the suspect lost control on Robinson Street. Trooper Medley executed a third pit, spinning the vehicle out and finally bringing it under control. The driver attempted to bail from the moving car, but officers quickly closed in. A short foot chase followed, and the suspect was taken into custody without further incident. The relentless coordination and precision of Trooper Medley and Corporal West ensured a dangerous driver was stopped safely, showcasing the skill and professionalism of law enforcement in high-risk pursuits. On July 22, 2025, an FHP trooper on patrol spotted a stolen pickup truck and attempted to pull the driver over, but the suspect refused to stop and immediately bolted, kicking off a high-speed pursuit that would test the trooper's skill and resolve.
I got you, buddy. We're heading north now, but you're gonna have it. I'll take it, Logan. You take over. I'll take it, Logan. You take over. Come on, hit on that 28. Down 1048. Already failed the intersection. Inside the field well. 10-4.
The trooper executed a precise pit maneuver, forcing the stolen pickup to a complete stop. Once halted, The driver exited the vehicle and surrendered without resistance. Officers quickly secured him, taking the suspect into custody without further incident. On January 11, 2024, Trooper Nathaniel Cabe observed a speeding vehicle traveling 92 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone on Interstate 10. The driver, later identified as Amonte Terrell Herring, immediately refused to stop when emergency lights were activated, weaving recklessly through traffic and narrowly avoiding collisions with a semi-truck.
Eastbound, what's your 20?
Herring continued to push the limits of both speed and safety, exiting the interstate and maneuvering through intersections with little regard for the motoring public. Updates were constantly relayed to the Tallahassee Regional Communications Center as the pursuit intensified, with the suspect showing extreme evasive driving, endangering both himself and others on the road.
Yeah, you keep moving out. We got partial of that. I see you at the 03 eastbound. Every other word is putting out. You're northbound now. You're northbound now. At the 1380.
To bring the dangerous flight to an end, Trooper Cabe executed a precise pit near Timberlane Road, disabling Herring's vehicle at a Shell gas station. Despite the violent stop, Herring attempted to flee on foot, but was quickly apprehended by troopers George Edwards and Damian Morales without further incident. On December 29, 2021, Trooper Staub faced a dangerous one as a vehicle reached speeds of up to 120 miles per hour. The driver failed to yield, forcing Staub to engage in a full pursuit, pushing his patrol unit to a top speed of 148 miles per hour to keep up with the fleeing suspect.
Northbound 86.
1644, what's your visibility in North Carolina?
It's spotty but decent.
Chasing?
It's a small passenger car. I'm trying to get a 28 on it. We're doing about 120. Looks like I got a secondary unit here.
The suspect's reckless driving continued as he weaved through traffic, showing little regard for public safety. Updates were relayed as the pursuit intensified, and the driver attempted to turn around upon spotting Bentonville Officer T. Sharp ahead, creating a potential wrong-way hazard on the interstate. To prevent disaster, Trooper Staub executed a decisive head-on ram, stopping the vehicle immediately. Both Staub's patrol car and the suspect's vehicle were disabled, successfully ending the pursuit without further incident. On October 17, 2018, Trooper Terry Sawyer was patrolling when he received a notification about an ongoing pursuit. Without hesitation, He joined in to provide backup and support the primary units in bringing the fleeing suspect under control.
I'm caught up to the pursuit.
189 trying to get over on the Interstate on the 20.
Are they asking for my assistance to end this pursuit?
Negative. I have not heard any requests. Did you say it's county yet?
Central 15 now lead vehicle 180 secondary. Eastbound on Highland. Dropping us over guy to Highland. Who's got stop stick? No stop sticks, no vehicles.
Trooper Terry Sawyer joined the pursuit, assumed the role of primary unit, and executed a precise pit maneuver that forced the suspect's vehicle to a complete stop. The suspect was immediately taken into custody without further incident, showcasing Sawyer's skill, control, and unwavering commitment to public safety.